Hello, hello, my friends. Okay, so this comment came in 9 hours ago, and my basic reply to them was, this is an issue I'm aware of. I found a workaround. I'll make a video about it later today. And the issue they're having is they wanted to create a competition that is based around pulling the winners of competitions. Now, you used to be able to do this in previous editors. I used to love making these competitions. If I did a provincial database, I would do a provincial cup where it would just pull the winners and runners up from those provincial divisions. But for whatever reason, the FM editor just made it less intuitive and made it harder to do. And this person, absolute hero, credit to you, my friend. You've learned more fumbling around and messing with this than you ever will from any video. Just getting stuck into the editor is the best way to learn it. Not being able to get something working at the end isn't 100% of the time the best outcome. The best outcome is when you walk out of those sessions understanding the editor better than when you came in, because after the months, after the years, you will understand it so much better. So let me show you. Basically, we have an editor open here. I've already loaded a basic one. I'm not going to load any editor data itself. It's just a basic database. We are going to create Ireland very, very quickly. So Ireland started, blah, 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 blah. Let's give it single division, electricity. Actually, you know what to do? We're going to do Munster Senior, Premier Division. And then next is going to be the Munster First Senior. And then it's going to be Munster Second. Actually, this would be better if I do it with Leinster, because then you get four competitions. So open this up. Actually, you know what to do. For the aid of simplicity, over here, clear, add single division. Let's go Leinster Senior 1, really doesn't matter. Leinster Senior 1, then add single division over here, Leinster Senior Division, again, single division, Leinster Senior 1A. And again, the reason I'm getting 4 of them is just so that I can pull the best teams and the runner-up teams. Okay, so now go in here, 1 relegated, 1 promoted. Very, very simple system, just so that we can get it to pass the rules. There we go. And that should test out fine for us. Wrong division set, yeah, that's fine. Move down, that should test better. Okay, so let's just Senior Division. I'm going to show you this just so you can see it in real time. What it's giving us is rules, test rules. It's giving us the wrong division level set. It'll tell you what it is, what it should be set to. Go down here, competition levels. 1. Now, just in case it causes problems, I'm going to take out the parent competition because it's not a sub competition as the way it's set up here. So go to Senior 1 down here, should be Division 2. Get rid of the sub competition. Back to rules, Leinster 1A in here, get rid of the subdivision, should be 3. Oops. B, not reputation, Jesus. None, and should be 4. Okay, so now this should test fine. There's no divisions. What do you mean there's no divisions beneath it? There we go. And Leinster Senior 1. There you go. This should test fine for me now. Test rules. All rules are valid. Okay, so you have 4 divisions. That means you have 4 division champions. Let's go to the cups. Go to Cub. Go on, FA Cup winners. Now, there should be top 4 cup in here. No, it's extinct. So we're just going to do FAI Cup. Okay. So we're just going to give a random division. Settings next. Don't edit any of this. You go back into cups. And what you want to do is that competition, clear. Okay, here, clear. Just get rid of everything, start from scratch. So number of teams in the competition, we have 4 divisions and we want 4 cups of 4 teams. So just put in number of teams 4. Now teams, if you click add and you click here, there's no options to do anything with it. You can't edit teams. You can just edit the competition and edit the number of teams in that competitions. This is where it used to drive me nuts, because you used to be able to have more settings in here, and then somebody introduced this to me, and this has the game changer. And an extra one, if you jump between here, there's nothing you can do. If you select both, suddenly it opens up a details panel for you. And in here, now all of a sudden, if you click any one individually, it does nothing. It's the details panel that we're after. If you get over here, type, get teams from division, get random teams, reserve teams, first teams, get specific team. If you want to pull, like you can do this for like the European Super League where you can pull specific teams, get last winner. So we have competitions here. And now here's the thing, because we've edited the details, it's now kept those details. So we can now edit this. If you go to competition and put in, we're going to search, going to go nation is, name contains Leinster. So Leinster Senior 1. And just to streamline this, remove this, and we're going to duplicate this by 3. And then let's edit all of these. So this should be the Leinster Senior Division. This could be, it should be Leinster 1B, and this should be Leinster 1A. Okay, and just because I like, just because I'm one of these people, and then move up. Okay, so that's in the order. So let's get the last winner, get the last winner, get the last winner, get the last winner. Now, an important thing to note is that this is going to pull the last winner from the Leinster Senior League Premier Division. If you double click in here, brings you to this stage. History. The last winner of this is Malahide United. So it is going to pull Malahide United. That is if you do nothing and just have it as default. To change this, if you want it to be that season's winner, you go over here, competitions to finish up before starting. And what you do is you add those divisions that I just gone through. So name should be Leinster. Now let's add all of these. Again, sorry, let me. 1B and Leinster Senior 1. Okay. So basically what this is doing is this is going to create a competition. It's going to pull the winners from each of these, feed it into a 4-team knockout competition that is the domestic main cup, so it's going to feed into the Europa League. But this is telling it to, before you set this up, wait for these competitions to finish. Once these competitions finish, then set it up. So it is going to pull the last winner of the senior division, but it's waiting till somebody else has won it. So that is how you set it as a mid-season competition. Or just say you have provincial competitions at the beginning of the year before leading into a national competition, and you want the national competition to take place alongside a provincial cup, where it is that season's winners of those provincial cups come through. That is how you do that. And now if you wanted to introduce something even more fun, what you can do is you can take all this, duplicate by, duplicate by 2. That was a mistake on my part. So let's get rid of half of these, actually 3/4 really, and duplicate by 1. So you go in here, get last winner, get last runner up, get last winner, get last runner up, get last winner, get last runner up, get last winner, get last runner up. And now change this to 8. And it is now going to pull first place and second place. Going to cup rounds, it'd be quarterfinals. So that's 4 matches. Team added 8, 2, 1. Okay. And then just like set your dates. So this is going to be, we'll go right to the end of the season. So it'll be Wednesday the 4th, 7th, and here we go, 14th. Okay, so home team, doesn't really matter. So rules, test rules, everything is testing fine. Go over here, file, save it or data as Winners' Cup. There you go, very easy. Okay, and then what we do is we set up a competition. Always make sure you go up to here and only select that which is important. Unselect that. By what's important is what you actually wanted to entail, Winners' Cup. So advanced setup. You can do a quick start if you want, but it ends up loading extra additional leagues and things, and it's just slower to test. So add rules, go to Ireland, Senior 1B. Actually, what we'll do is, you know what I'll do? We'll go 1B. Go right to the bottom. Start game. Okay, now we're in. Just run through these. So, Bangor has all of these. Go down through them. And it has Kilbrack, Tolka Rovers, Sacred Heart, and Malahide United. Now, we have 4 winners, and we are not expecting them to be represented in the cup here. Here we go. It will not start until Wednesday 4th, and it should draw the competition winners. So what we're going to do is we're going to sim forward, and I'll show you that. It occurred to me I've actually made a very big mistake. I have the competition starting before the actual league finishes. So, like, if you come here, like, the competition is set to start on the 4th and 5th, but the actual league doesn't finish until the 14th to the 5th. So let's edit that quickly. Come over here, dates, and we'll have this finish at the end of April. Small little things like this are perfect, and it's why you do small changes, so that as you see the errors start to pop up, you can kind of identify exactly what it is without having to trace through, like, your memory banks of figuring, okay, what did I change? Did I do this? I added these different leagues. I've this competition. It's no, small changes at a time. That way you can test the effects of those changes. So go in here, the end of April, and I'm going to save this. And we're going to start again, and I'll come back to you at the end of the season and show you how this works. I come back to the end of the second test. Okay, so I have, I've lost track of my own video. Where am I? Yeah, here we go. So some of these have champions, some they don't. They have 1 game left to play. So let's just play that game. So we are now 1 p.m, 6 p.m, 11 p.m. Whoops, let's get rid of all these. Let's skip forward 1 day. So now all of the leagues are complete. We have our champions. We have Sheriff. We have Drumcondra. We have Sacred Heart. And we have St. Mocha's. And if you go to your history, past winners, you can see where there's that difference. So Sacred Heart, Mini Town, Drumcondra, Tolka Rovers. And again, this is really like, have control systems, have ways that you can check if it's working correctly. We know it's working correctly if this pulls Sheriff instead of Kilbrack. So let's sim to the 4th, because that's when it should be pulling that competition together. And here we go. We have it here, the Extra Cup quarter final. And a handy way to just at a glance figure out if it's done this correctly. If we go over here, I'm telling this to pull the winner and the last runner-up. So we should have 2 of each division in here. And we've an LSL, LSL, L1B, L1B, L1A, L1A, LS1, LS1. There we go. That is beautiful. So it's pulling 1 from each. Now it is kind of randomizing it somewhat, because we have the 2 1Bs over here in the Senior League 1 playing off against Senior League 1. We go to teams, and it tells us here, yes, Crumlin and St. Mocha's from St. Machtas from Senior Division. So Machtas and Crumlin. This will be UCD and Lucan. So UCD and Lucan, Ardmore and Drumcondra, Ardmore and Drumcondra, and Senior B, Usher and Seraph. There we go. Perfect. So that is exactly what it says on the tin. It is, it is pulling from those divisions, and that's how you get it to get specific teams. Now, actually, if you want a specific team, what you do is you go here, you go to specific team, and you literally pick that team. Now, actually, would it let me pick Algeria? Cannot use national teams. I would. I'm a massive rugby union fan. I absolutely love rugby. And there's a tradition within rugby union of tour nations, where you had a lot during the 70s and the 80s, where like New Zealand would tour the British Isles and Ireland, and you would have the local clubs playing that national team. Like you'd have Leinster playing New Zealand, you'd have Munster playing New Zealand. I would love to have like a test series in the game, something like that, where you'd have like Algeria on tour in Ireland, and all of the Irish domestic teams play the Algerian national team. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think that would be really cool. So, random teams from division. Just picks a random team, get teams from division. This usually picks based off of reputation. So if you put in like 4, it'll pull the top 4 reputation teams. And what else? Get first teams only, picks first, gets reserve/B teams. If you tell this to get 10 reserve teams, what it'll do is it'll check the Jupiler Pro League, it'll check these teams, and like Standard Liège has a reserve team, so what it'll do is it'll pull in Standard Liège's reserve team. It's a very handy way of doing something like that, so that if you want to have reserve divisions, or like having reserve teams within a competition, kind of like what the St. Johnstone Paint Trophy does in England, where it pulls the reserve teams from the Premier League teams in with your non-league, and no, Johnstone Paint Trophy is only available to league teams, into like the League 1 and 2 teams. So that is how you would do something like that. But anyway, this video I think is a very important video and a good one, and I'm gonna link this in annotations to a few of my other videos, because this is adding extra detail that I think is very important. Friends, thank you very much. Catch you in the next one.